I'm gonna probably end up taking a break here. These little bastards killed 8 of my subordinates. I guess what he's trying to say is not exactly these 4 machines or 8 machines. But maybe he's just generalizing that just, you know, machines killed 8 of my subordinates. Because from what I know about these machines in this game, well, the extent of it, is that once the machine has its has found its sense of self and its own identity, it doesn't just change it on the spot. Like, it's like a personality on a human being type of thing. So, all of these machines are actually just, like, victims in this argument, I suppose. He's trying to create... Every resistance member here lost someone important because of the machines. Also, one very weird thing about androids and machines is that since they share the same cores, and androids use water as the fuel resource to power them up, then what do the machines use for the same thing? Like, this guy's talking like, you know, throwing them in the ocean is actually gonna kill them or something, but I don't think so. More oversight. Interesting camera angle there too.
The androids in this arena are exhibiting unusual emotional depth. Hypothesis: they have begun to inherit the cruelty inherent in humanity.
I see.
I mean, that's the same kind of cruelty as is also bestowed on Devola and Popola by the normal resistance members as well that hold this Colosseum up as well. Like, they are also, like, I did explain this yesterday already, but like Devola and Popola in that camp, like the disgust and loathing that and discrimination that the other resistance members have for Devola and Popola is the same kind of thing that they have for these machines. Like, all of these machines in here that he was just talking about as an example, these machines here are innocent in our eyes. Like, they have not committed anything yet, they are out of the network and they don't want to fight. So these machines should indiscriminately be thought passive and possibly benevolent and not malicious in nature in any way. So it's the same kind of like metaphor or example I used yesterday about like you know, real world people like being like falsely prosecuted for long sentences in prisons and penitentiary centers for possibly the rest of their lives just because of some situational evidence at the time that pointed in their direction most conveniently. And that evidence was used against them to prosecute them even if they haven't actually committed the crime, you know? Same thing we have going on here with these machines. These machines, we don't know if they have committed anything, but from what we can tell and see, and what I know of how these machines work in this game, from what the player is told, like, it doesn't make sense to punish these machines in particular. It's mainly just like, how do I say this? Unlike the case with Devola and Popola, where like the resistance members wanted Devola and Popola to suffer and atone for the sins that they have never even done by ordering them around and forcing them to do the worst like bits of odd jobs that they have on the camp, and the most dangerous ones that nobody else on the camp wants to do. They would send those to Devola and Popola, because that was like one way for them to punish them, is sending them the most like despicable, most difficult and like least wanted tasks to be completed. And here we just have these machines just being locked up in here and just waiting to basically be like what is the word, used against their will, basically, by these androids that have the same kind of like pure discrimination and hatred towards the machines as a species or as a whole entity. And that's actually also another like very like basic thing that it is based on, is just like reading. Actually, you know what? It's like reading an entire culture's like standards of only the people who are willing to act and are the most extreme example of some part of society. Which is something that humans especially are very prone to usually lazily read and think that everybody in a certain region or culture acts the same way as some other people who are the most like vocal and the most like intrusive in their presence. Now, previous playthrough I did not kill this machine, but this playthrough I kind of figured that it wouldn't do anything. Oh well.